Mijn papa heeft een nieuw boek gemaakt en het heet Grote mensen weten niets.
Dankjewel, Bibi. En hallo, mijn naam is Christophe de Vos en voor we starten met deze aflevering van Podlood wil ik het graag nog even hebben over mijn nieuwe boek Grote mensen weten niets. In Grote mensen weten niets observeert de kleine Lou de grote mensenwereld vanuit haar heerlijk eigenzinnige logica die zowel naïef als ook wel scherpzinnig is. Ik ben erg blij met het resultaat. Ik denk dat het vooral echt gelukt is om te vertellen wat ik wou vertellen. Een soort knipoog te geven naar grote mensen in een... Ja, en ik hoop dat lezers dat ook vinden, in een zowel grappig als warm verhaal. Grote mensen weten niets is uitgegeven bij De Eenhoorn en vanaf nu te koop in jouw favoriete boekhandel online of offline. Laat mij gerust weten wat je ervan vindt. En dan is het nu tijd voor Podlood.
Veel luisterplezier. Nu is het genoeg.
Welkom bij Podlood, een podcast over de wonderlijke wereld van illustratie. Mijn naam is Christophe de Vos, ik ben illustrator, auteur en docent illustratie en elke aflevering nodig ik een gast uit in mijn atelier om het te hebben over zijn of haar relatie met illustratie. Al kleuren we ook wel eens buiten die lijntjes. Zoals vandaag, want in deze aflevering van Podlood open ik opnieuw de Podloodlijn en bel ik met Spaanse regisseur Patricia die misschien wel de mooiste film van het jaar maakte. Een maestro que prometió el mar. In juli zag ik samen met mijn vrouw Joke Een maestro que prometió el mar in Maastricht. Een Spaanse film over Antonio Benaiges, een leerkracht die in 1935 aan de vooravond van de Spaanse Burgeroorlog in het dorpje Bañuelos de Bureba behoorlijk wat opschudding veroorzaakt met zijn nieuwe onderwijsmethoden. Ik was er echt oprecht ondersteboven van. En omdat ik meer wou weten over de film, dacht ik, waarom vraag ik het niet gewoon aan de regisseur, Patricia tijdens een aflevering van de Podloodlijn. Ik probeerde haar te pakken te krijgen en net wanneer ik in Praag bij vrienden logeer, krijg ik groen licht van haar agentschap. Ik had geen apparatuur bij me in Praag om een podcast op te nemen, dus ja, ik moest wat improviseren. De opname klinkt daardoor iets wat anders dan gewoonlijk, maar dat doet werkelijk niets af van het fijne gesprek dat we hadden. Ik spreek Patricia wanneer ze op vakantie is in Portugal en net voor ze in haar nieuwe filmproject duikt. We hebben het over haar wondermooie El maestro que prometió el mar en ook over de schilderijen van Edward Hopper, die bepaalde shots in de film sterk beïnvloed hebben. Voor ik Patricia de telefoon laat opnemen, wil ik heel even een fragment van de film laten horen. Geniet van deze Podloodlijn.
Estoy buscando a mi bisabuelo, Bernardo Ramírez.
Todo el país está lleno de fosas. En todas partes se llevaron a cabo ejecuciones.
Antonio Benaiges, encantado. ¿Sabéis si va a venir alguien más?
Mi bisabuelo compartió calabozo con su maestro, un tal Benaiges.
Se llama imprenta. Con ella vamos a publicar nuestros propios cuadernos. Cuanto más aprenda ahora Emilio en la escuela, más opciones tendrá para su futuro.
No me va a decir usted a mí lo que es mejor para mi hijo.
¿Listos? Ya.
Y ese de ahí es Carlos. Abuelo.
No voy a tolerar este comportamiento en clase, ¿eh, Carlos?
Hello.
Hi Patricia, how are you today?
Hello, Christophe. I'm fine. How are you?
Very good, doing very good. I'm on holiday in Prague and enjoying my time here.
Good. I'm on holiday on Portugal, so I'm enjoying too my time.
Cool. Yeah, nice. You are a Spanish filmmaker. You have been making films and series for more than 20 years now. And you also made the beautiful movie El Maestro que prometió el mar, known in English as The Teacher Who Promised the Sea. I saw the movie last month in the Netherlands, and honestly, it struck me brutally hard. I was overwhelmed. Is this like...
Wow, thank you.
Is this a common reaction to the film? Something you hear a lot?
So by some people, yes. I guess it's there's some people who get very emotional with the movie. Yes, where it's they have. I guess it's empathy thing with what goes on in the movie.
Yes, it's such a beautiful. It's a poetic film, and at the same time, it's merciless.
I actually. Yeah, I've been asked about this, like the mixture of sadness but beauty at the same time.
Yeah,
that you can kind of feel when you finish the movie, and it's. I think it's beautiful, and I don't know. I never really thought very much about this, and when you start directing, you think of the project, how you want it to be, or the tone, or and everything. You think about that a lot of everything.
Yeah.
I wasn't really aware of this, but of course it was always there in the script.
Yeah.
But I was really worried that since this was a very sad story that I could read, I didn't want to direct it too more dramatic than it already was, or more sad.
Yeah.
I wanted to give some light to the story and try to not to make a melodrama or maybe to show too much blood, too much crying, too much music. I thought, well, this is strong enough.
Yeah.
So I rather play in a continent. How to say, like contenido. I don't want to push it very hard. So
I understand.
I think that's why the result is this kind of mixture, I guess.
Yeah. And for people who haven't seen The Teacher Who Promised the Sea, could you tell us what it's about?
Well, The Teacher Who Promised the Sea is about... there are two stories in the movie. First, there is this girl looking for his great-grandfather's body that is buried somewhere on the ground in a common grave, but she doesn't know where.
Yeah.
And through her adventure of looking for it, discovers the story of this teacher who was not part of his family, but his teacher was the teacher of his grandfather. So through that excuse, let us explain the story of the teacher, which is based on a true story. And then we have the other story, which is the teacher. This teacher was sent in 1935 from Tarragona to the center of Spain in Burgos, and to teach the kids of a small village. And he had this very modern and revolutionary methods of education that were not easy to understand for the people of the village. But for the kids were like opening their minds to everything. And that is all true. So it makes it all very, very special.
Yeah, the teacher is called, I'm doing my best here, Antonio Benaiges.
Yes,
and,
that's correct.
And how did you stumble upon his story?
It wasn't looking for it. It's sometimes things come like that. I was working on another project with the same producer, Francisco Escribano, and we were preparing this series of that it was also an historic fact, but based in a true story.
Yeah.
But that project didn't work out. We didn't get the financement.
Yeah.
Sorry for my English.
No, it's perfect. I think it happens a lot in movies, no? That you don't get the budget.
Oh yeah, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
So many good projects that are never done, and it's very, very sad. But well, what happened is that couldn't be made. But he said, well, I have this script. Since we're not doing that, why don't you read this one? Yeah. It's not a series; it's a movie. Let me think what you know. Let me know what you think. Sorry. Yeah. And it all started just like that. And then I read it and I said, "Oh, this is incredible. I love it. Let's do this." Yeah, it was like that. Yeah, for me, it was like that. At the same time, he is the writer of the book. This is an exceptional situation. Normally, the producer is not a writer, but he got this script developed after his own book. Yeah. So he was looking for a direction. So yeah, I guess I was at the right place in the right moment. We were really getting along very well, preparing the other project. Yeah. And he felt that this could be the project then.
Wow. And in this first version, is there already the story of, you said the girl who's looking for her grandfather's father, Ariadna. Was it already in this first version of the script?
No, it wasn't. When I received my first draft, it was only the story of the teacher, which is like the book, only the story of the teacher. Yeah. And when I received it, I really liked it. I loved it. I had never heard about him, which is very nice to discover a new story. Yeah. But at the same time, I felt I had to give something more to the story to make it different, to make a difference comparing to other stories. Because here in Spain, we have a lot of movies that touch or are about civil war or before or after or related. Yeah. So I thought, okay, this is like not very original, even though it is beautiful and it is real. Yeah. Because at the same time, we already have this very known movie here in Spain that is called La Lengua de las Mariposas. Yeah. Of José Luis Cuerda, and it's a movie that was made like 20 years ago, and it's about the teacher too in the same period of time. It was very, very alike. Oh, okay. And so I was thinking of how to give something more, something else, something that we haven't seen yet. Yeah. And reading about everything, about the story of the teacher and about the disappeared bodies all around Spain, I thought of the idea of why don't we start with this beginning, with which is not so, and we take it to the actuality. Mm-hmm. We make it current. Yep. We don't only see a story about the past, and we mix the movie between the two stories and. Mm-hmm. The producer and the scriptwriter liked the idea, and that's when we start working about the new film, the new version of that story, and that's how it came like this.
Yeah. So Ariadna is fictional, but she could as well be real.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. She is based in many people that we have met, and they have told us stories about how they look for her. And some of them find or not find familiars that are disappeared. Yes, and so she could perfectly be one person. Yeah, one real person.
You said there is a lot of material on the Spanish Civil War. This war is very present in both the storylines of Antoni and Ariadna. Can you still feel how do I say it? The memory of the war in Spain, does it still affect everyday life and maybe even politics?
I think in a way it's still there. Not like very, it is not like it is everywhere, every time.
Yeah.
Because now it's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that it's still there in a way. Because our grandparents are not many, but a lot of them are still alive, and our parents did live it's not the war, right afterward war period of time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was in their lives in a very strong way, and even though so many years have passed, it's always there in a way that like the wound is there.
Yeah.
And it's not that you can't forget about it. I mean, you do your own life and you move on.
Mm.
But if you see this movie, but this is what happened. Like when you said the first thing you said, that you get a lot of people saying, I was very touched by your movie. Yes, It's that people who is still hurt by everything that happened, and the wounds are not closed. They are all still open.
Yes,
and you can see that right away after they see the movie. And a lot of people comes to me after and says, my uncle was missing, or my son, or my whatever. And explaining their own stories. So it was very special. It's been a very special journey, all that is related to this movie.
Yeah.
And I wasn't aware of this until I actually show it in the theaters.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah. I have been writing and illustrating books for about 13 years now. And 4 years ago, I started teaching in the Academy of Fine Arts in Bruges. Antonio, or Anthony, he really inspired me. He is a teacher who brings an entirely new and in that time never seen before way of teaching into a small village. It must have been almost a magical sensation to be a pupil in his class.
Yes. And that story about Antonio is all true, actually. And we didn't really make up anything. The Frenadism exists, and it did exist at that time. And the methods are just like you can see. And yes, from what I know, I didn't have the chance to meet his pupils. Most of them were alive until not so long ago, like 10 years ago, 15 years ago. But I have met people that met them, and I do know that they were still remembering him when they were like really old, and they could remember that special period of their life. Yes.
Yeah, he's the kind of teacher every teacher wants to be, I think.
I guess, yes.
Yeah.
It's a very special, yes.
And how was it for you to portray a teacher? Does teaching have a special meaning for you?
I think teaching is a super important job in any kind of teaching, but especially for little kids. Now I'm a mother, and I have my son is 7 years old, and I can see how important is what he learns on school, and how he learned it.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I do think that it is super important, and at the same time, I do teach in movies cinema school in SCAC in Barcelona, and it's not my job. It's just something I do sometimes. Yeah. And
a guest lecturer.
Like a period of time, like a trimester, like 3 months of like that. Yeah. And when I'm not shooting between projects, I like to, if it's available, I enjoy it a lot, and I do it because I can see what's going on with the young people now and what they do, what they like, what are their references. And then at the same time, I can feel the importance of what I'm teaching to them.
Yeah.
And I guess when I was thinking about how to create this picture, I had this in mind. But at the same time, since it's a real person, you need to be very respectful with the true story.
Yeah.
So I thought I really care of being very, very rigurosa, like very true to what I know, and only make up what I just didn't know. We could never know how it was, so we had to make it up. And with the actor, with Enrique, we worked a lot to give him like many layers, because what you know is just the superficie, the what he did, but you don't know how he talks, how he walks, how he, a lot of things that gives him life and makes it what it is, and you can see in the movie. And that's when he enters Enrique and gives life to this man, and he made this incredible job.
Yeah, he did. You really believe him as a person.
Yeah, I think he just nailed it. He's a great actor. He's incredible.
Well, what I also found so both beautiful and touching is how you succeeded in like making us, the viewers, part of the classroom and utterly feel his lessons. It must not have been easy to accomplish this.
The scenes of the classes were not easy. Yeah. No. Well, not because of the kids. They behaved perfectly. They were super good actors. They were incredible. They were having a great time.
Yeah.
But of course, they are kids. So you just can't just work like with an adult. They need different ways of understanding and doing things. Of course, I always work with a child coach because they need other techniques and other times. And it was difficult, but not for them, but because since this wasn't a low budget movie, we didn't have much time. And with kids, what you need is time. It's just time to get the best. Well, that's with kids and with adults too, but kids are not professional. Yeah. So that was hard with the time that we had with so many kids and all inside this small class, 2 cameras, and a lot of people, and it was super hot because it was September. Yeah, it was not easy, but the results are incredible.
They are. I remember
the kids, the acting, I think they are super, super good.
Yes, they are. I remember when I still studied graphic design, I think it's about 20 years ago, I had a Belgian director as my teacher, Danny Depree, and he always said, never, ever work with children. So
I've heard that, but I don't agree.
It's beautiful what you did. It is.
I think kids, since they are kids, they can, when they play, they act.
Yeah.
So they are natural actors. Natural. They are more natural than, like, you just need to know how to ask for things. Yeah. But they are incredible actors and actresses, and I really enjoy it to see it in front of the camera. It's like it's magic.
Yeah, just for the record, Danny made a lot of movies with kids, so he never meant it. There is this moment in the film where Antonio reveals his small printing press, which serves an invaluable role in the classroom. When the children really start printing and realizing the possibilities this little device has to offer, I was wondering if there is today, if there is something today that one could introduce into a classroom that has that same truly fascinating and attracting effect on young people.
I don't know. There has to be. Maybe it's not about what, but how. since they have they can use anything. They have so many things on their hands now that they can have, and more than they need.
Yeah.
That it is true that it is difficult to surprise them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, maybe it's not about surprising, but making them. I don't know. Is the way you explain things, not the things that you're explaining.
Yeah.
Make them feel what you feel. If they feel your passion for what you're saying, for the movies, I think they can understand it better, I guess.
Yeah. The movie inspired me to start thinking about making a paper together with my students. So I think it would be a nice thing to do the whole year.
That's very interesting. Like coming back to the traditional way of writing.
Yeah.
Even handwriting.
Yeah, why not?
And, of course.
So in this podcast, I always talk with my guests about illustration. And for making El Maestro que prometió el mar, you were inspired by the works of Hopper.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah, I thought about it because it's not like everywhere and in every shot.
Yeah.
But thinking about what kind of illustrations, they have to. They have something in common. And for me, Hopper is a big reference for claroscuro in images, as for a lot of cinematographers too.
Yeah.
And thinking about it, I thought of some shots that I could find it. Sometimes your references are there even if you're not thinking about them.
Yeah.
A lot of times. And so I thought of that because it's not only me, but also my DOP. The DOP of this movie, which is a very important role for this, who is David Valdepere.
Mm-hmm.
He is, for me, he has a unique talent for showing images with beautiful images, no matter what is in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And he has this ability to make beautiful, I don't know, anything, like life, like poetry, anything. Yeah. So he helps me a lot because, directors by yourself, you're nothing. You need a lot of people for doing your job.
Yeah.
But the DOP is essentially in your heart. It has to be the heart of it.
Yeah.
So I guess with this Hopper thing that you were saying is that he is super good at getting this claroscuro in the images. Yeah. He's amazing in that and make it beautiful even though they are kind of sad. You can see loneliness. You can see people alone, but in a way you keep watching at it, staring at it because it's a beautiful image.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically about Hopper. And then I guess the other there was in the movie there was like since there were two stories, I was when I was thinking about how to do them at the same time, how to mix them, I thought, well, this is going to be, they're so different that this is going to be very difficult to make them live like one.
Yeah.
So why don't we just play the contrary? Let's play like when you go from one to another, you can really feel and see the difference, the difference in the image.
Yeah.
And so that's how we ended deciding, okay, the past, it's full of life. It's the kids that have a future in front of them, have this teacher, very inspiring, and talking about the sea, talking about everything. And let's do this with this is representing life. So let's do this with warm colors.
Yeah.
And on the contrary, Ariadna is representing death. She's looking through bones, through graves. It's all sad. It's all, it's all gray. So we play it with the scale of blue colors, cool colors. Yes, and as I said, sometimes you do this and you're not really aware where it comes from. And after that, that's when I talking to in some interview, I understood this came. Most of it came from the English Passion. Because it's a movie I love, a movie I've seen like 1,000 times, and they do that. And in the present with Antonio Benaiges, it's all blue, and in the past, it's all warm. And that's right there. And I just did it without being aware of it.
Okay, yeah.
And I find it very interesting.
Yeah, I remember the film. It's all. Well, it's the desert colors and the more bluey colors, right?
Yes. Yeah.
This morning you sent me a couple of images through WhatsApp, and one is Morning Sun by Hopper. You see this image of a woman, she's staring out of the window. You can see a little bit in the frame of the window. Yes,
exactly. Just like Ariadna.
In the light. It's just like Ariadna. And I remember when I saw the film, it felt like a painted scene. It feels like it's only natural light. It's that's your DOP then.
Oh yeah, well it's a mixture of. Well, I want to do this shot. What do you think? I want her to be just thinking. She's not moving, and the situation has to talk about what she's feeling, because she doesn't talk. But you have to understand her.
That's true. And she, what I didn't truly got answered in the film, but I don't know if it's necessary that it has to be answered, is why Ariadna is so persistent. It's like she would give her life just to find out everything.
Okay, well, she. What you see in the beginning is that she has no goal in life at this moment. She is not working. You don't know why, but you kind of understand that there's something about his illness. I don't know, some kind of illness, but you're not sure. It might be depression, but nobody says it, which is something I like. But I think that she has an objective in life, and that kind of becomes his only objective in life, and he starts doing it for his grandfather, but at the end he does it also for herself, because he can't give up now. She's in the middle, and at the same time she's like that, like she's very depressed or sad, or just like that, because when we were rewriting the script and thinking about this new plot, as I said, I was reading a lot, and I found this article about very interesting that was talking about transgenerational wound, and which means is the concept of that you can inherit the wound of your families, like psychological wounds, could be for pain or for fear. You can kind of if you are grown up in a family, ask her that it's in the house. It's like you can feel that your grandfather doesn't talk about the past, that there's something in there that is very painful for him. And he becomes this man that doesn't talk much because he never really gets through the past in a way. Of course it's fictional. But we wanted to make this very clear that Ariadna has lived in this kind of education where people doesn't really talk about his feelings and says what's going on and says what's feeling. So ends up inheriting. How do you say? Inheriting. Yes, inheriting this feeling and making this becoming this person that is not able to, to talk much, to say what's going on with her feelings, and has these big anxiety attacks because they just come out like that.
Yeah.
And it was all about that. That's how I created Ariadna.
Yeah, actually, the previous podcast I talked with Christoph Busch, who does Holocaust research, has been doing this for 30 years. And he talked about this intergenerational trauma quite a lot, and that it has a special meaning for the second generation, just like your character. Because that's the generation that starts to speak up, that starts to realize things, that starts to research.
It's the same in Spain. Yeah. So that's why we decided it was the grandchild, not the daughter.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's very common, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Among your pictures of Hopper you sent this morning, there was also an image called bleach bypass. Could you tell me something about that?
Yeah, it's a photographic technique that it's a process where in the image you keep the white in the development process in order to get something. In our case, as you saw, there were pictures of Saving Private Ryan, which you would never imagine that has any relationship with my movie, I know. Yeah. But still, Spielberg is one of my references in my life because of my age.
Yeah.
I grew up in the 80s. Yeah.
So did I. Yeah.
So Spielberg is always there in a way. I remember when I saw this movie and how much it was, the impact that it made me. Mm-hmm. So when I was talking to my DOP and I said, see, this movie, I don't want to do black and white movie, but in a way I want you to feel like that it's very monochromatic.
Yeah.
And I remember, yes, exactly, desaturated. And this is very special. It gives you a special mood. Yeah. Like old. I don't know. It has rain too. So I was talking to him and I said, like Saving Private Ryan. I don't know how they did that, but maybe it's something in the etalonaje, how they say the post-production project. I don't know. And he said, no, that is bleach bypass. And he taught me what it was. He is very good. He knows everything. And he said, bleach bypass is this process. You skip the white and blah, blah, blah. And I said, okay, let's do that. I love it. And at that time, we wanted to do this for one of the plots, and at the same time, we wanted to do a square. The ratio, we wanted to be a square scale. How to say?
I think you mean like a 4:3.
The format, yeah.
Like the TV we saw in the 80s.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. We wanted to make a square format because we were thinking of ways of doing this movie different from the others.
Okay.
And experimenting with something different. Yeah. But at the end, we could do the bleach bypass with no problem. But the square format, that's where we found the marketing way of how are you going to sell this movie? We wanted to be seeing all around, and the square format gives problems to some movie theaters. Mm-hmm. So the producers were not really agree, and we understood, of course. So at the end, we just do a panoramic normal square.
And you're happy with the panoramic version, yes?
Oh yeah, I do. I love it. I think the visual effects work is amazing. I think there are beautiful shots, and the format helps a lot with that too. Yeah. So I think at the end they were right.
Yeah. Oh, I almost forgot to ask. In the movie, the children make books. Did you get to see one of the original El Mar books?
I got to see the copies of it. No, the originals I didn't.
Okay.
But they have the books just like they were.
Yeah.
And in the museum there you can buy them. The museum is where the old school was.
Oh, wow.
And the real old school, we didn't shoot in there. And if you go to Bañuelos de Bureba, you can go to the Antonio Benaiges museum.
Yeah.
There is all the material related to the story, like pictures and books and everything.
Yeah.
And even a gramophone, the music.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the Antonio's gramophone, but it's just one just like that.
Yeah, it's a rock.
Yeah. No, but it's real from the period of time.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. They did an amazing job. It's very beautiful. You go there and they explain everything to you. Super nice. And you can see then there the books and buy them, and they are just copies exactly the same like the original ones.
Oh, wow.
They're amazing. Yeah, you should if you like the movie. From what I know, since the movie was out, they have been like receiving like 4 times more visitors than ever, which is super. I'm very proud of it.
Yeah.
Because at the end, it's when your work affects the real life.
Yeah. Okay, Patricia, before we finish up this conversation, you are working on something new. Can you tell me something about that? Or is it a big secret?
Well, you can't really explain because I have already signed contracts. You're not allowed to talk about the story, but I can say I just wrote a new script and it's based on a true story too.
Yeah.
Because after this movie, I don't know, it kind of gave me something that I hadn't done before. I've been working a lot, but it was always fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first time that it was based in true facts.
Yeah.
And all that actually meant at the end, it made me feel I want to keep going this way with this kind of stories. I think they make me feel like I'm doing something else.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
In a way. So my next script is about the true story too, but I have no idea. I just finished the work writing it, so I had no idea when I'm going to shoot it. Because now we're going to start, looking for the budget.
Yeah, okay. The hard
so
work.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hard work, waiting.
Yeah, I wish you all the best with the film.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for this conversation.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure. Thank you. Very nice to talk to you, Christoph.
Enjoy your holiday.
You too.
Bye-bye.
See you soon.
See you.
Thank you. Bye.
Deze aflevering zit erop. Wil je meer Podlood? Op podlood.be kan je de show notes van deze aflevering terugvinden en nog veel meer. Je kan je ook inschrijven op Brief uit het Atelier, de nieuwsbrief waarin ik je niet alleen laat meekijken in mijn werkplek en klaslokaal, maar je ook op de hoogte hou van deze podcast. Je vindt Brief uit het Atelier op christophedevos.com. Als je graag luistert naar Podlood, dan doe je mij zoals altijd een heel groot plezier door erover te vertellen aan een vriend of vriendin die veel voor jou betekent of gewoon tekent. En natuurlijk ook door sterretjes te geven in jouw favoriete podcast-app. Ik ben Christophe de Vos en dit was Podlood.
Mijn papa heeft een nieuw boek gemaakt en het heet Grote mensen weten niets.
Dankjewel, Billy. Grote mensen weten niets is uitgegeven bij De Eenhoorn en vanaf nu te koop in jouw favoriete boekhandel online of offline. Laat mij gerust weten wat je ervan vindt.